All right, Tervel Dlagnev here at World Team Camp. Tervel, just give us an update on how camp's going for you, how you're feeling, training's coming along.
Camp's going really well. We did some hard live yesterday, some shorter goes at the end, and out here, first 2-3 days pretty sore, pretty quick. So today's our day off, but I came in, got a light drill, worked on some positions. So got a sweat, feel good. Everything's kind of starting to click, and getting better, getting into the mindset of the things that I want to do. I'm starting to do. So pretty pumped.
Right. So just about a month out from Worlds. So what are you trying to hone in on? Just work on, tweak while you're here. I mean, what's the game plan, I guess, for this?
The game plan
month?
is stay disciplined and stick to game plans. Stick to game plans for certain opponents. Stick to a disciplined stance. Stick to a high shot count. Make sure I'm shooting. Make sure I'm trying to keep the pace high. I'm wrestling in all my positions. I'm not giving anything easy. Even if they score, it's going to be difficult for them, and just not be affected by that stuff. So just kind of honing into the mindset of no matter what happens, just keep wrestling and always thinking about the wrestling and not the circumstances.
Haven't been there. This will be your fifth trip. So what are you taking away? What are you trying to do differently, I guess, this year? Is anything different?
The biggest thing is, just allow myself to have fun, allow myself to open up, just kind of, I just believe my preparation, not get stressed out. I've gotten close a couple times. I've wrestled well. I've had good matches, I've had bad matches, but, just because I've, I'm not promised to get anywhere in the bracket, but I'm also, planning on doing better than I have. So I just have to treat every match its own match, have fun, think about the wrestling positions, make sure, because I could have my toughest guy right out the gates. I could have another fast turnaround where, my semis is a pretty rested guy and I'm getting enough quick. So no matter what the case, I just have to, do everything I can, but make sure to have fun, and the cards will fall as they will. I just have to, I'm just really trying to make sure that I don't limit myself. I just want to leave it out there.
Right. Actually, I saw that the float piece they did on you. Awesome piece. But I was kind of curious because I sort of deal with the same kind of stuff. How are you able to now just focus specifically on wrestling, not think about as much the detail of it. Just sort of let things flow.
Well, I'm always pretty detail oriented, so I always think about that stuff, but I try not to let that stuff control me. And a lot of it is through prayer and just kind of. Just testing myself with my reality. Even when I was struggling with those tics and that stuff, and just overanalyzing, I always in the back of my mind knew what the real. It's like this doesn't do it, but I had an anxiety to perform it anyway. But recently, just the way that I combat it is I challenge myself with small things. If I leave my the pair of socks that I was planning on wearing, I say, well, can you still win without those socks? And it's like, well, the answer to that should be yes. So let's see it. Or if I don't do, if I miss a lift the week of, it's like, oh, are you still confident? Can you still win without that one lift, or did you need it? And are you stressed out because you think you're underprepared? So all that stuff is like, I just kind of talk to myself in small challenges and be like, listen, it's not about how many things you touch or how many things you do or count in your head or make yourself feel good. It's about the reality of the circumstances, and the reality is some guy's going to come out, he's going to try to beat you, and you got to beat him, and your moves have to work on him, and you have to keep his moves from working on you. So that's kind of I just make, when I start getting anxiety about those circumstances, I just try to test myself with what I know is true.
Is that mental preparation, I guess, one of the most hardest, difficult, or most important things for you?
Yeah, I think so, because I think that like I said, the circumstances are circumstances. Who knows? You wrestle a match. Sometimes you just might get beat because you didn't wrestle well that match. But I think I have it in me to be the best in the world. And so, as long as I don't limit myself, I can give myself a really good opportunity. I feel like, and Lord willing, I'll win the Worlds this year, and that's the plan. And I believe I can. So I just don't want to walk off the mat and have fought the wrong battle. I don't want to come out, lose a close one and be like, oh, why didn't I shoot more? Or why didn't I try harder? Walk off with a lot of energy. Like I could have done more. Those are the it's like if I lose because I lose, then that match, that was what was, that 6 minutes, he beat me that 6 minutes. I'll come back the next 6 minutes and beat him, hopefully beat him, get better from it. But that's the biggest, is, getting that mindset right to just be able to open up enough to have fun and just to remember that, not to dwell on the circumstances, but wrestle through the whole match.
So are you feeling confident where you're at right now?
Yeah, I am. It's because sometimes it's easy to elevate a competition or an opponent to where it's like your moves. It's like your moves feel crisp in practice, but sometimes I get frustrated because I'm like, oh, this isn't realistic. Like that wouldn't have worked on the Turk. That wouldn't have worked on the Ukrainian. When I get takedowns in practice and say, it's like I need it better than that. And there's a realistic point to that, but there's also a realistic point to they're still people, they're still human, it's like they can mess up. And so as long as I'm firing, as long as I'm committed to my position, as long as I'm determined, I think that I can break down the position and the opponent enough to score on anyone in the world and to keep anyone in the world from scoring on me.
What are you looking forward to about this particular trip? Is there anything specific? Anyone you're looking forward to wrestling, or you want to get a crack at? Or
I'm just whoever God puts in front of me. I'm just I'm excited for my draw. I'm excited to start. But I'm excited for the preparation. I'm not looking too far ahead. I'm looking for tomorrow's practice and the next day and the next day, and just enjoying my time, getting better, honing in, feeling good, trying to stay injury free, but up in my condition. Everything's gonna jump a level here in the next month, and once we get into acclimation camp, just hanging out with the guys, keeping the morale high and keeping everything positive.
Awesome, man. Well, look forward to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.